let's take a look at the project and see if we understand this first. Have you all had a chance to read through this?
Yeah.
Have you done anything? Anybody done anything on it so far?
I can share my
now I
screen
have it.
now. Then I can show you what I did.
Okay.
And
Let me
I'm having some.
one second. All right, Shobuz, accept when you're ready.
Okay. Yeah, can you see my screen?
I can't. Or hang on a second.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, have you? There you go.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
It's really tiny.
You have to look at this plus sign.
Oh.
Okay, click on the plus sign to expand. Yeah, zoom in on that a little bit. Like press Control plus.
Oh, okay. Like, yeah, it is.
Like
Control plus, right?
First, click inside the code.
Oh, okay.
And now press Control plus.
Is it working or not? I'm not sure. It's spinning. So.
Yeah. Go ahead and make this left panel, which is Package Explorer, smaller. Just hover over that bar for that Package Explorer window.
Package Explorer window.
Let me see if I can write over it.
Yeah, I was like, maybe if you use writing tool, you can show them.
Yeah, I don't see
there you go.
nothing now anymore.
It was there before.
Yeah, that's weird.
Is it working?
Yeah,
sure.
Can you go to the question? Did you have it copied there?
Yeah. So it's in here. So take let me work in best in here. So that will be. Okay. So this is the question. Take two number and the choice for multi.
Yeah. So let me just go over it real quickly, and you can ask me if you have any confusion with the question. So you're gonna ask user for two numbers, and it could be integer or it could be a decimal number. You're gonna save those two numbers, and you're gonna ask for user to either to do add, subtract, multiply, or divide.
Yeah.
Now there's two ways you can do that. You could
So
have.
can I show you what I did? So it's I mean I stuck in this position. Like if the user enters anything other than the 4 operations, request for 4 more times, then end the program. So this is the part I'm confused. I can figure it out how I can do that.
Okay.
But if I run the program, then you can see.
All right, let's see.
Like it's I can give like 10 first number, then second number 10, then ask for like what I want to do. Oh, why it's not working? 10, 10, then enter which operation 1. You see, then I do, if I do subtract, then if I do 3, multiply. So this is the one, but
can you scroll down? I can't. Yeah, I can see. I can see now. Yeah, so if you press 1, it does the sum for you.
Yeah, and if I do the 2, then it's do the subtract 0.
Yeah.
I do the 3, then it do the multiply. If I do the 4, then do the division. But if I any wrong number, it's
Uh-huh.
not doing anything. But it's not taking out me.
You're not
But,
able to end it, right?
Yeah, so it's not. It's like I cannot do this part if the user enters anything other than the 4 operation.
Yeah.
It for correct operation 4 more times.
Can you show me your code?
Yeah.
Open up, expand it out. So you
So
use switch case. Let me see, scroll down more. And you had a do while loop.
But I don't think it's needed, or I don't know if it is working or not.
It's
I
not
don't know.
breaking because Haley Loretta, can you look at his do while loop? And can you tell me what's missing in his do while loop that is not causing this to break? It's not causing the loop to stop. He has an infinite loop going on.
Oh, now I figure. I think I need to do one more break in here, right?
No, not necessarily. There is something else. I mean, of course, you need to put that break there.
Okay.
Mm.
Go back to your lesson. 3 things you have to do for loops. One is what?
Condition.
First one is not condition. First one is initialization.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you got that on line number 36, yes?
Mhm.
Second thing is condition,
When to stop.
which you have it on line number 54.
Okay.
And the
Yeah.
third one is what?
Code.
Incrementation or decrementation.
Okay. Okay.
And that's what's missing here. Where would
So
you?
I can do in here.
Nope.
Oh, inside.
You have to put decrementation, incrementation inside the do the block of code, where the block of code is, not in the condition.
Oh, okay.
Only the
So,
for loop takes it inside the condition.
oh, okay.
The while loop and do while loop doesn't. It has to be inside the code block. So yes,
You have to know that system that out.
you could put it after line 51. I would do it right after where you said do.
Oh, okay. So,
On line number 37 or 38 would be the best.
okay. So while.
No more while. You already have a do.
Oh, I.
Plus plus
Plus plus.
semicolon to close.
Okay.
Now go ahead and run it, and it's going to run 5 times and break after.
Mhm. Yeah, it's not working. It's working now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it stopped.
Yeah, it's stuff. So I'm a bit is there any tutorial or anything that I can look for these rules, like when I can use the do? I know I mean I need some documentation.
If you want to read about it more, there's W3 School.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and you can also Google search. There is additional videos you can look up. There's Naveen's videos in Hindi. There is Anisul Islam,
Okay.
who is a Bengali,
Okay.
and I think Anisul Islam is awesome with this. All right.
Okay.
So if you want to kind of supplement some of this with that guy and some of these other instructors to fill in some of the gaps you have, that I would recommend that. But of course, I mean, do ask me questions too, so I can maybe teach it in a different way, or um, you know, try to find a different angle to describe this. But what you have done so far, that's a very good step you took, and I mean, I commend you that with that much lesson you are able to devise this whole thing. You just missed one tiny thing, and it happens to all of us. Even me, I mean, I would, when I'm automating stuff and I'm writing code, I would have mistakes many times, and then I would fix that mistake and keep fixing it until it's solid, and then only I submit the code to my superior for review. But anyway, thanks, Shobuz. This is not, you have done it, but you have not finished it. Okay, and
Yeah.
your work is, I would say, 80% complete. You need
Yeah.
80% mechanism to actually comply with the question asked for. Okay, so
Yeah. So I need to do that, like a message out, like how I can do that. Okay. I think you can continue. So.
correct. So look at what I'm going to show you right now. I'm going to
Okay.
do it from scratch for all of you guys. It's going to be on the video. I am not, well, if you want me, no, I'm not going to give you the answers yet. Okay, because then some will
Yeah.
comply to copy it. Okay, but I mean, I will give you the solution. You're gonna see it on this video. I will upload the video. If you really want to still copy, you can watch the video and copy it. I think you will still learn something from it if you copied it. Worst case scenario, but I would recommend is just watch me now, ask questions, and then see if you can come up with it yourself. And then if you get stuck again, something not working, go see the video. Okay? And
Let me close my share.
when you submit your question, when you submit your assignment this time, I will copy your code and I'm going to run it. And I'm going to run and test to see how it's running and if it's meeting the requirement. And that's when you're going to get 100. All right? And this time, I think I'm going to give you, I'm going to cut some points off.
Yeah.
Just so letting you know where you are. And yeah, because I've been giving like straight 100s to y'all. So we'll see.
You want me to close my sharing?
I'll take it from here. Okay. So Shobuz did first part okay. This last part, I think he needs a little bit of a code to finish that, which should not be a difficult feature for him to do. Let me go ahead and start this off of scratch. Let's break this down into small tasks. I'll copy this whole thing.
I have to go.
Yeah. So let me open up Eclipse. Let me do a new control statement here. We'll do a package, new package called homework help. And in this package, we'll create a class called homework help. Adding public static void main. And going to copy paste slash star star forward slash and copy that code from here.
Here, I'll be right back.
Okay. Let's beautify this a little bit.
What is that?
I'm just bringing in the homework
Oh,
and just created a class.
okay.
All right. Put a couple of tabs here. Sample. Good. Okay. All right. So we're going to break it down. First, take two numbers and a choice of 4 operations out of this. So let's go ahead and take two numbers. Okay, let's take the first number. Take two numbers. This is my code for that. Always break it down into small steps so that you can just work better. We human machines can take multitasking very well. Human, we can't do multitasking. We can do one thing at a time. When we try to multitask, we get into a car accident. So here's my first thing. Take two numbers. And that's pretty easy. You already know this. We're going to take sys out, but we got to save those two numbers, okay? There's a little bit of a work goes in here. We have to ask user for two numbers. We have to save the two numbers. So let's talk about saving the two numbers first. One second.
You're just kidding me.
Olá, você já tá, né?
Ooh.
Adrian.
Adrian?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it. We're in.
Sorry about that. Horrible kids. So why don't we find a spot for it to hold first? And since we want numbers, we don't know what kind of number they're going to give us. Can we store something, store it in double? Is that all right?
I can do int. Am I right?
You can do int, but if somebody enters double, then you're in deep trouble.
No, but I am doing it, so I know. For now,
That-
the homework.
That is okay. I'm not going to take any points off if you did it in int.
Okay.
But you might get into trouble because when you're going to take those two answers
Mhm.
and then you're going to multiply them or divide, what if you get a decimal answer? That decimal, where are you going to store that decimal? Are you going to store it in int?
I'll choose the even number.
Well, if you work with double, is what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know.
It covers when you're going to take the two numbers and divide,
Mhm.
you're going to get a decimal. You can still continue storing in double.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So, hey guys, if I say double number 1 and number
True.
2 and just finish it up, anybody has any problems with this one?
No, but this is a new thing. I think this is much easier because I used double 2 times, but I didn't know that we can do that.
Yes, we can do this. I think I touched base on one of the classes. All I'm doing is I created now 2 spots of the same type, double. Understand? One is called num1 and the other is called num2. That's it.
Mhm.
Okay, so we got that. Now we're gonna ask the user to enter first number. Okay, so sysout over here,
This one doesn't.
enter
Oh.
first number. Are we okay so far?
Yeah.
We don't want the number to go on the second line. We want the number user to be able to enter the number right after this colon. I would have to take this line thing off and just say system out print. At this point, user is able to see this, and now I need to use a magic trick to get that number from the user. For me to do magic trick, I have to create a magic stick. Okay? That magic stick can be created using something called what?
Scanner.
Scanner.
Mm-hmm.
So scanner, magic stick, okay? I decided to call it magic stick equals new scanner, and in here we got system.in. Any questions so far?
Mm-mm.
All right. Hover over and import Java util scanner, and you're done here. Now that you have this magic stick, you can cast a spell. Because I asked the user to give me first number, I'm going to use num1 to store it. So I take this num1 here, and with an equal sign, I'm asking Java to get whatever I get right here to be stored in num1. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let me clean that up. So now num1 is waiting. This bucket is waiting. With that equal sign, he is waiting like, come on, give it to me. Like, throw it. Okay, that's fine. Here's the magic stick. If I cast a spell, I'm going to get that user input through that spell. So, and that user input is going to be right here. Magic stick's going to pull it right here. And this num1 is going to be like, throw it to me with this equal sign. And that is going to be thrown to magic number1 bucket, and it will store it right there for you until the end of this program. Okay? So now I take this magic stick and I'm going to put a dot, and notice Eclipse says, I see that your bucket is double. It's the type of the bucket is a double. Maybe you want to use next double. So I select that. He already selected for me, kind of, and I finish it right here. Are we good?
Yes.
We're gonna do the same thing. Now we're done with the first answer, first number from the user, and we got it already stored. We gotta do the same thing for the second number. So I take this system out.print, copy that, place it here, and this time instead of saying first number, I'm gonna say second number. Do I have to recreate this magic stick?
No.
I don't. Good. Because this has already been created. Okay? What if I created this at the very first? If I take it away from here and put it in the very first line, would that break anything?
No.
No.
Not at all. Okay? Not at all. In fact, it looks nicer if you do it at the very first line.
Mhm.
You go into professional level, these are all done in the very first lines. And this one will be done in the first line. Creation of magic stick, creation of storage, all of them are called attributes. They will be done in the very beginning. And everything else you want to do, always be later on down. Okay? So now I got this first number, stored it here. Here I am asking, give me the second number, and I'm going to store it here. Where? Number 2. The storage bucket name number 2. Same thing with an equal sign. There is my magic stick I created. I copy that, bring it here. Now cast a spell with a dot. Next, double, already selected. Bring that here. I got my second number 2. Any question there?
No.
Are we good?
Yes.
Now I need this part and a choice of 4 operations. Okay. What if we go like this? We will ask the user to type what they want. They have to actually type add, subtract, or multiply, or divide, one of the 4. Okay. So let's copy this right here, and we're done with this. Take 2 numbers, we're done. Now, next stack of code we're going to do is going to ask for this option. Okay. Again, if I take an option from the user, suppose he's going to type add, don't I have to store that somewhere too?
Yes.
If I don't store it, how am I going to remember later down the road or have Java to look for? You must. Everything you ask from the user must be stored. Okay? And because I'm using what data type here? Come on, guys. What data type if the user is typing subtract?
Double, like numerical data.
No. If the user is typing add, the word is add, and I want to take that word and save it in the computer, what data type do I need to use?
String.
String, correct. So I gotta create a string storage. Would it mess up if I write it on the first line here and create one here?
No.
Absolutely not. And you should do all your data storage creation here. Even if you have to do it later down the road, come back up here and do it. Why? Why? Because it will be one place for you to see how many data storage have you created. Understand? If I put one storage here, it's going to work. But I have to suffer through this whole code to determine how many storage you created. It is always best to keep all your storage creation way up there so anybody can go up there and check it and determine that you got these separate storage.
Mhm.
Says it's string. We're going to create a string storage called operation. Okay?
Yep.
I could make it lengthy and say user given operation if I wanted to. And frankly, in my work, I would probably write user given operation. But for you guys, I want to leave it simple right now. So we'll just name it operation. And at this point, we're going to leave it open. Meaning no number, nothing is going to go, no text is going to go in here yet. It's just been created, but nothing in it. Okay? Next thing, we're going to ask the user for enter any one of these 4 operations. Okay? So we do the system.out, we copy that, bring it here, and we say enter any operation, and in bracket tell the user that you can only enter one of these four. Hopefully my user is smart enough to understand. I don't have to write a paragraph to explain this user. Got it?
Yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
All right. So this is going to produce that. And then I'm going to take the user input and store it. Where? This bucket called operation. So I bring it here. Okay. Notice as I'm writing code,
I don't need it. Leave it.
notice as I'm writing code, I don't even have to align my code. I'm already writing in a way that it is already aligned. It's not messed up anywhere. Try to practice that as well. So I'm going to take this magic stick and put a dot, and this time magic stick didn't understand what it is. He gave me find line something. Who cares? I know what it is. It's next string. Okay. That next is gonna give me string storage. All right. Looks like I got all this far. Maybe you should be testing it out because you're a beginner. Every step of the way you should run your program. Okay.
Mhm.
Maybe do this much, run your program, see if it works. Maybe do this much, run your program, see if it works. But me, because I have experience, I am going to run my program a little bit later because I still have confidence and I know that this is going to work. It's not going to fail. So that's why I'm not running it yet. Am I done here? I got the 8 choice of 4 operations. I got the user input and I stored it. Let's go ahead and run it for the fun of it and see if it works. So here, my executor, enter first number, so let's say 25. Enter second number, 35.26. One is asking me enter any operation. And can I say add? Yeah, it let me enter everything is so far so good. Okay? Now, let's look at our next task. Calculate and display the result. That means based on what this user asked for. Yes?
Yes.
You can do it the way you want to using any one of those options, either the if statement or if you want to use switch statement. Okay? Because Shobus did it with switch, I'm going to do it with if.
No, really.
So that he can like, oh, two different ways.
He's gonna learn too.
So learn both, and I'm gonna post, looks like I'm gonna post all of your work, and Shobus continue doing with the switch, don't change it. So that will be a good learning experience for all of us. Okay? All right, so I'm going to devise an if statement based on these 4 things: add, subtract, multiply, divide, and then I'm going to do some calculation and I'm going to display it out. Yes?
Yeah.
At this point, I'm not going to worry about whether the user entered something wrong or not. I'm going to work it so that it's very positive. Like, I'm going to expect the positive thing. Then I'm going to devise it for some weird folks that are going to do some ridiculous things. Okay? So I'm going to first think it's positive. So if, yes? if the user enters, which is gonna go, the condition is gonna go inside the first bracket. And the block of code is gonna go into the curly braces. So you always put that first, and you go inside the curly braces, hit a couple of enter, give yourself some space, and these two brackets that are right here, push them down. Because you can get confused with this bracket and this bracket, accidentally delete one, and your program doesn't work and you want to pull your hair off. So get it down the road, way down here, these two, and don't worry about it. Now let's put a condition right here. I am trying to say if the user input, right? If the user input is right here,
Mhm.
where am I storing it? Operation. So if this operation happens to store what? Add. So I just copy that and put it right here. If the operation is equal to add, agree? But can I put an equal to symbol here?
Would be equal?
First of all, one equal symbol is not even an equal symbol in Java, right? It's called an assignment symbol. If I put double equal, that is still a bad thing because that double equal only works with numbers. It doesn't work with string. Operation is going to be add, which is a string. Therefore, I cannot do double equal. Who remembers what I can do?
We can do the exact option of version dot. We can use dot
Dot,
exact.
not exact.
Equals object.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Equal.
Loretta said dot equals.
Yeah.
Okay. Dot equals. If I take this dot equals object, whenever you see it says object, that means it can be string, it can be anything else as well. Okay, I don't want to go there too far. I have a whole class for this one.
I think we did it.
Don't want to confuse you, but I could say operation dot equals, and what do I want to compare it with is going to go in here. And I'm going to add the word add. With me so far?
Yes.
Is this going to work if the user enters capital A? With the capital
I don't think so. 'Cause you don't have to do the what is it? Oh gosh, I can't remember what it's called, but I don't think it will work.
You're right. It's not going to work. It's going to fail because Java will look at capital A and lowercase a as different.
Yeah.
And he's gonna compare it exact with that equals, and it's gonna say, nah, capital A DD is not the same as lowercase a DD. Therefore, I'm not gonna do the adding. Okay? But who remembers the method that I need instead of that equals method, where it's going to ignore the case?
Yeah, I need something. What is that?
Is it dot equals ignore case? That's it.
Right.
Really?
You
I
see?
was like, is it that easy? I can't remember.
Think about it. I mean, I'm giving you the answer in my question.
She's like, I'm really telling you.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, it's
How easy? How else easy do you want Java to be?
ignore it.
All right, dot equals ignore case. All right, right here.
Where is it? Yeah,
Way down
ignore
there.
case, yeah.
So if you choose dot equals ignore case, obviously I gotta delete that part. And then look, it's telling you another string, meaning what do you want to compare with? In here, I delete that, put quotation, and write add. Now the user can give me lowercase a, uppercase D with the lowercase d. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. As long as there is A, D, D, the operation, this condition will become true. If this condition, the operation that we got from the user, equals to, and don't care about the case, comes out to be that, go in here.
Okay.
Okay? So let's handle this first.
System.
We are now going to add the two numbers that we got. Here's number 1, here's number 2. Add them and display it.
Okay.
You can do it two ways. But the simplest is you can just do the adding on inside that system out.
Yes.
Okay.
That's easy.
It will save you extra line of code. So I go in here and I type in sysout, and I'm gonna say the sum, okay? And I'm going to print it out right here.
We don't want to do it.
Correct. You have to put a plus because you are going to do that
Actually, like add, yeah.
and then have some sort of number here, but this plus, and then when you're adding the number 1 and 2, that might get confusing for Java, so you put another set of parentheses. Okay? Then you go inside this plus, and then you take this number 1, yeah, and then add that with number 2. The difference between this plus and this plus, Java is smart to understand. With this plus, you're doing mathematics. With this plus, you are just displaying this and displaying this side by side. That's it. Understand?
Yes.
Is it, well, I mean, this may be a dumb question. I just am kind of curious. Is it because it's in the parentheses, or is it because there's a space in between that Java knows?
It's because of this extra parenthesis.
Okay.
Now, you could have done this by just having another line like this. And instead of having it here with the plus sign, you could just have it here, and you don't need this extra bracket.
There's kind of 2 lines instead of.
And this answer will, yeah, you got now 2 lines of code that you could have done it with 1 line. And you would have to change this one to print so that this information prints immediately after, not on the second line.
Yeah, it's so much work.
Yeah. So I would still prefer that with that plus sign, you just go back and add that there together, reduce code.
Yeah.
All right. We're done here. At this point, it requires a test.
Yeah.
So let's run this. And we're doing positive testing here. So we're going to do 25, and I'm going to check my double, 36.5, and enter any operation. I know I can only add, well, I'm going to do capital ADD, add, and it's going to give me the sum, and it gave me the sum of those two. Are we okay so far?
Yes.
Okay. That means this system is working. Let's copy paste to other options. We expand it out. Okay. So here, what do I need? What's the syntax say?
You're gonna do the same again?
We're going to do the same thing for
That's
subtract.
Yes. If. Yeah.
Not if,
And
Oh, system that out.
else if.
Oh, just that. Okay. Yeah. Else if. Yeah.
Okay. Else if.
Okay.
Okay. Here's open, close. There's open, close. Go in here.
Mhm.
Can I just copy this whole thing right here?
Yes. Not add on.
Just the thing I have to change is that add part and right subtract.
Yes.
With me so far?
Yeah.
Yes.
Really good. Take this, copy that. You see how much copy paste I'm doing?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. It takes time.
But I don't. Do I have to type everything?
No.
No. So over here, I need to change that to what?
Minus.
Minus. Look, I'm done.
To change to subtract the sum, the subtract or
Now
something.
this you have to say difference. Okay, we'll say difference. Okay. What about for multiplication? What do I write here?
If again.
Else if
Else if again.
Mhm.
Open, close,
Sorry,
open, close. Go in here, hit an enter. Copy this condition. Operation dot equals that. Paste it here. Change this to
Multiplication.
multiplication. Okay, or multiply. Multiply. What if, let's make it interesting. What if the user writes multiplication?
It won't work, right?
It won't work. But what can I do in here? What one more condition I can put in here that would make it work? This also I went over last class.
Multiplication. You can give an order to do it.
That was of my time.
Oh, you can choose like mistake arrows, like a
Think this way.
What?
From this all the way to this is just one condition.
Yes.
Am I limited to only one condition in here, or can I put more than one condition?
More.
More.
It's kind of like the same as double, but it's like a different word, so you can put two into one.
And
You're talking now. Yes, you're
Oh.
saying and.
the sign double
Remember the and or.
and or not.
Remember this?
Yes.
Yes.
Remember the or symbol?
Yeah, I know that.
Mm-hmm.
The not symbol and a not equal to symbol?
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I could put another and or, but question is, should I put and or should I put or?
or
Yeah, or.
It would be or, correct. If I say and, that means I would expect the user to type both multiply and both multiplication.
Yeah.
You know?
It's too much.
So they're not gonna write all that to me.
Yeah.
So
Or.
I'm just gonna say or, which is a two double like that. Okay? And take this whole thing, copy that, paste it right after the or symbol, and over here change this to what?
multiplication.
Multiplication. Any questions so far?
No, not yet.
Now here's the math. I copy this, paste it here. Instead of saying difference, the multiplication, and I change the symbol to
Star.
Shift 8 or star. Got it? One last thing is what?
Division.
So else if open, close, go in here, bring it down, copy that, Copy the
No,
condition,
first condition.
take that, and
Division.
we're gonna say divide.
Oh.
Can I say another or?
Mhm.
And then copy that and say division in case the user writes division. Did I spell it?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to make your program total foolproof. Why do they call it foolproof? So that the fools can still do it.
Oh, really?
It's just
Yeah, it will still be doable by the fools. So if you can do that, then you did a great job. Okay.
It's too much writing, I think.
Yeah, that's how you need to approach this. So over here, I'm gonna say division, division, and take that and put the divide symbol, which is a forward slash. With me so far?
Yes.
yes.
Okay. Now,
I'm going to test it out.
let's test it out. So bring this back here, run it. We're going to put any random number, another number. Let's say subtract. Okay, with a capital S. Subtract TR capital. Subtract. And looks like it did subtract. Okay. Number wise looks like it did subtract. And then program ended. Okay. But is it able to handle if I enter something ridiculous here? Let's see what happens. So if I put in a number, another number, and I don't type in the right thing, I type in nothing happened. Okay. So we got to handle that, correct? This part right here, our question said that if the user enters anything other than the for operation, then you give him 4 more chances.
Yes.
Understand?
Mhm.
He still gets to have 4 more chances. If he doesn't, then you crash and give him a message saying sorry. Okay? And if he gives one of those answers, then you don't ask him again. You ask, keep asking him if he doesn't give you the proper operation. Okay? So let's go to where am I taking this operation? Which line of code giving me the user input? Let's go there first. Isn't this right here? Understand? Then just say that if he gives me something ridiculous, which goes right here, we're gonna ask for this again. That means we need to take this block of code and put it into some sort of Java syntax. Who can tell me what? Last class, the whole most important class that we had, the whole class was talking about that. Loop, correct. We have to put this 2 lines of code inside a loop. First thing of putting a loop, you need to know which code, which block of code you have to put inside the loop. Am I clear? If you don't know that, you will never be able to devise the loop and get things done. Your program is going to crash. So any questions about why did I choose these 2 lines of code? Are we clear about that?
Yes.
Okay. So now I'm gonna hit a couple of enter to space this guy out, and I'm gonna put some sort of machine so that this keeps asking until it's right. Got it? Okay. You tell me what kind of loop you want to use. It can be done using any loop. Ariston! Yeah, sorry. He's climbing inside the refrigerator.
It's good.
Shabuz, any preference?
I think we can do the int one.
Hey, do you have a preference one? Like which one is the easiest to you?
I mean, the one I use that I can think about.
So there is three types of loop, right? Let me get a notepad out. There are three types of loops that I went over. Actually, there's more, but I just went over three types with you.
While loop or yeah.
Three types of loops. First one, we said for loop.
Or loop.
Okay. Second one, we said
While loop.
yeah, while loop. And the third one, we said what?
I don't know.
Do while.
Or do while, yeah. Yeah.
Or just do while loop. All right. So, which one seemed pretty easy? Easier than the other ones. Which one?
For loop.
For loop? Okay. If you like for loop is actually the best one for you to start with, because if you miss something, like Shobuz missed the incrementation, do while loop will let you do that and still work. It won't warn you that you made a mistake. While loop will still let you do that. It won't warn you you made a mistake. For loop, if you leave out the incrementation, it's going to warn you that you made a mistake. So, do while and while loop, wait for that. First, practice the for loop. So let me just do for loop for you. Okay? So, there might be one problem with the for loop though.
Yeah, I think so too.
Well, let's see if we can handle this, okay? This string that we're taking from the user, this might be an issue with the condition, but we'll see. So let's do for right before it. I'm going to open close parenthesis here. I'm going to open close curly brace, go inside, hit an enter. But didn't I say that this code needs to go inside the block of the for loop?
Yes.
That means I need to cut this out of here and put it inside the for loop, which is right here, and paste it here. With me so far?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now let's put the nuts and bolts together for this repetition to happen. All right. The first nut that I need is always, you can memorize this, is always going to be what? Int
And
I equals 0. Okay. This first part never changes. Always do int I equals 0. You start a variable with that called I and then give it the value of 0. Okay, let me space this out a little bit. Second part is condition, but third part is easy, which is decrementation. Agree?
Yeah.
Close your eyes and take this I and write I++ here. You are incrementing it. Any question there?
No.
And we said we're going to rotate this. We're going to keep asking this user a total of how many times?
4 times. I don't know.
So we asked one time already, and then we're going to ask for
4 times.
4 more times. Okay?
I equals to 4. I don't know.
With me so far?
Mm-hmm.
So
Jackson, don't say it.
this I, if this I reaches, what number should I stop? That goes right here.
4.
This I, should I say equal to 5? If I did that, how many times will it be rotating?
6 time, I think.
It will,
6.
We count 0 also, right? 0.
so let's see this right here. Where is this thing? Drawing tool, pen, but pen is not giving me the pen. Sometimes this drawing tool works, sometimes it doesn't. Let me start this back up, just 1 second.
Are you gonna close the door? You don't need that much choice.
All right, so the 0 is gonna be your first time. Then 1 is gonna be your second. 2 is gonna be third. 3, and then 4, and then when this I increments and reaches 5, when this condition becomes true, when it's 5, it's going to break it. So it's not going to go inside on the 5th time. Then we actually have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It will work. I don't recommend it though. I would always recommend do a less than 5.
Less than 5. Otherwise, something goes on. Yeah, you said.
Yeah. Okay. You do the 0, and if they say you know that it needs to go 5 times, just put that number here and always leave this as less than. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
This will be simple for you to remember. I don't think too much on this. I just start with the 0, and if I know I need to rotate 5 times, I put the number 5. If I need to rotate 100 times, I put the number 100, and my symbol always less than. How it does it, I don't care, because I already know that Java starts counting 0 as a 1. And that's why even if it's less than 5, at number 4 is already 5. Right? And this keeps my code limited. Instead of putting in less than or equal to symbol, no need. Just leave it here. Okay? Are we good with this loop?
Yes.
What is the problem with this loop? Will this loop break if the user provides a proper answer?
Yes.
Watch this. I never put a condition. See, this condition is only for if the I reaches 5, it's going to break. But I never said break it or stop asking if the user provided a proper input. Understand?
Mm-hmm.
If I run this, it's going to continue 5 times asking. It's panicking. If you get a window like this, it's telling you there's something wrong with it. And here's what's wrong with it. Let's see.
Did you put the sun?
It's not liking this particular loop. The local variable operation may not have been initialized. Okay. So what it's saying is, because you have put it inside a loop, you're taking this variable from a user and you put it inside this condition. What if this condition never meets? Java is like, what if this loop never even starts? It starts breaking on the first round. Then you created this variable called operation right there, but you did not, this operation bucket will never have a value. Java doesn't like it. That's why Java is warning me, saying the local variable operation may not have been initialized, meaning though there's no value to it and may not even get any value ever. Here's a quick fix. Initialize the variable. If I click here, what it's going to do is Java is going to come here and put an equal sign and say, at least tell me I got nothing, which is null.
I have to do that. I have to call the same things on my work.
I
So
And that's totally okay. If you get a warning for this num1, all you have to do is come right here and put an equal sign and say null or 0. What you're saying, Java, okay, fine, dude, I'll give you 0. You want to have something in that bucket? I don't want to give you anything, but if you want to have something, I'll give you 0, because that 0 is not going to mess up anything with me. But 0 means there's nothing there anyway. Okay, so you can also store value on that same line if you wanted to. That I didn't cover before, but you can do that on the same line as long as the data type is the same. But anyway, because this was panicking that you now put my user input into a loop, what if this user never gives me something? Then I don't want to be empty. Give me something. And we said null. The word null means nothing. If it's a string, you don't put 0, you put the word null. If it's a data, like a number, you don't put null, you put the number 0. Okay? All right. We're happy now. Let's run this thing and see what happens. So here's the program. Enter first number, let's say 30. Second number, 22.1. And it's asking me enter an operation. Let's say I add, which is correct. Yes? And if I did that, what happened?
Yeah, that's good.
He is right here. This 0, he went in, asked me, took the operation, and then he came back up. He incremented that 0 to a 1. Now this I, the value of I is 1. He went up here and he's checking this value of I. Is that less than 5? Answer comes true. He goes back in here and he asking me right there. Okay? If I say subtract and hit enter, he's going to ask me again. All right? It's not breaking. It's coming back out here. Incremented to a 2. I is now a 2. Is 2 less than 5? True. He went back up here. Ask me again. He's going to do this 5 more times. So let's keep on doing this. Add, multiply, divide. And guess what? The very last time, he did shut down when this reached 5. And then he took the very last word, which is divide. And then he went into this if statement. This name of the operation was divide because he kept changing it. First it was add, then he changed it to subtract, Then he changed it to add, then multiply, then divide. And then he went into this if statement, used the divide, and divided and showed me the answer. Okay? So far, so good. Okay? Not bad. Not bad. How do I fix this? How do I stop this loop if, quote unquote, I'm giving you the answer in my question? How do I stop this loop if the user provides me with these options?
You have to stop.
Anybody? What syntax do I need to use?
That no.
Guys, I already said if.
You
Oh, shit. It's been a long day. My brain clearly has fried.
I'm like, come on.
we are confused with the
I am
sentence.
like, quote unquote if.
I was
Quote
thinking
unquote.
I was thinking
If.
add or not, kind of like that. Not. I have to put the
No.
not sign.
If.
Okay, if again.
So I can go inside this loop, all right? As it's looping through, I could say if.
Or else if.
Yeah. I could say if the user, which is this condition, and here's a first bracket, second bracket, third bracket. And in here, if this operation, okay, I could say if operation dot equals ignore case,
Right there. Equals ignore case.
dot equals ignore case, okay. And we're gonna say what? Add. Okay. I can put the word break.
Oh yeah, break.
Watch this. If I run it now, enter a number 25, enter another number 34, enter. Look, if I say subtract, is it gonna break it?
No.
No.
At this point, if I say subtract, it's gonna roll over again. It's asking me again. But if I add the word add, guess what? It's gonna add it, and it broke the loop and gave me the sum.
Because you put the add,
Uh-huh.
but you want it 5 times then. Yes or no?
Except if the user gives me add, subtract, multiply, and divide, then I want it to stop asking, and I'm gonna say
That's
break.
you put the break.
Yeah.
Break means you don't have to do it if it's add or subtract if I want it.
Right. So Java is looking for your if statement and saying, oh, okay, you said if this is true, if this is true, which is operation dot equals add, then I want to come here and you're saying break,
Break.
meaning get out of this loop,
Okay.
meaning stop asking, shut it down, move to the next line. Okay,
But you did it.
move to the next line.
Mhm.
So how do I fix this for subtract? Because if I write subtract right now, it's not going to let me. It still keeps asking. Why is that?
Because you didn't reach it.
Because you didn't call for the break for the other.
Yeah, you didn't put a break to the sub. Yeah.
So I didn't put a break for subtract.
Yeah.
So how do I do that?
Just put it if again. Else if.
So do I put else if?
Yeah.
Open, close, like that?
Yes. Or you can put and.
Can I put and or and bring it right here instead?
You can put and. You can.
I think we can put and.
Is it going to be and, or is it going to be or?
Oh, it's or.
Or
It's
Or
going to
subtract.
be, it's going to be or.
because
Okay.
any one of them.
Let me do both ways. Okay. So suppose I will do subtract right here. So I would say operation dot equals ignore case. Take that and say subtract. And I could say break also for that.
This can be working.
Hmm?
It will work. But you wanted the shorter way to write the code.
Right. So if you want to do a shorter way to write the code, you put an or right here. And you bring in another one of the condition. And this time you say, we already covered add and subtract. How about I say multiply? And then do another one here called divide. Are we okay so far?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. So now let's see if it works. So if I run this, here's first number 25, second number 55, asking for what operation. If I say nuts,
Really?
is he gonna ask me again?
Yes.
If I say moon,
Yeah.
asking me again. If I say subtract with a capital,
You will stop.
will that work? I didn't.
I think you
It will stop.
Yeah.
Subtract with a capital S.
Also. Yeah.
Yes. It subtracted, gave me the difference in a negative number. It's working so far, yes?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's one thing missing in this condition, this question? It keeps on asking me. It's giving me what I want. So far, am I done?
No, you said end the operation with something. It has to be end. Yeah. If nothing matches, we have to stop.
What was that?
If it doesn't match anything.
So if it
has to
doesn't
stop.
match,
Yeah.
it has to stop.
Yes.
So let's see if it stops, yes?
Yes.
So look, at this point, you're like, I think I got it. I think I got it done. Now you want to act like a fool and you're going to try to break it. Remember, you are a QA person. When you see programmers write a program, you're going to try to break it. That's your job. You want to try to see if there's a fault to it. What if I act crazy? Will it be able to handle it properly? So let's act crazy. I'm going to put a negative number. Negative 450 something and then point something decimal.
Wow.
While it's still working, fine.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to put another negative number. And then this, and then that. It's still working fine. It's saying enter an operation. And I'm going to just put a gibberish. Hit an enter. It's still asking. Okay? Nothing. Again.
Don't worry, it's gonna ask forever.
Is it going to ask me forever?
No, you said 5 times.
So this is my 5th time.
It's gonna stop.
If I do this, what happened?
You stop.
Stopped. Okay? But did it ask me to write up a message?
No. You have to put that.
Request 4 times for the correct operation 4 more times, then end the program with a message. I did not end the program with a message yet,
You have to do it.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, you have to add one more piece of code, okay, just to say that sorry, all right, that it didn't.
So you can say else
Yeah.
only? Or what?
And that is, you have to think about where you're going to put that condition.
Yes.
Okay. So you want to put this condition Only when?
After 4 or 5 times, whatever you give the conditions.
After the 5 times.
Yeah.
Yes, after the 5 times with rubbish answers.
Yeah.
This 5 times, do you agree that this 5 times repetition of this asking is happening from this for loop right here?
Yeah.
Understand?
Mhm.
This for loop is causing this enter a number, and he's taking all this dirty stuff inside. So you have to do it after, meaning you have to do this after this.
Yeah.
You cannot put that code inside the loop. Understand?
No, yeah, you have to write it after.
So you come back down here, and this is where you have to write up that code.
Mm.
Or you could even go down here. All right. This is only going to activate if this operation has these words. Okay. If it doesn't, then it's going to say sorry. All right. Anybody want to take a shot at? You can put it here. You can think about somehow adding it here. You can think about adding it here. Your choice. Remember, when this is done, if the user entered a proper answer in operation, he's going to come right here. And he's going to compare that with an add, with a subtract, and a multiply and divide. If the user did not provide a proper operation, he's going to keep asking 5 times right here. The 5th time, he's still going to take that rubbish answer and still going to store it here. Agree?
Yeah.
That answer, rubbish answer, is going to get compared right here. Agree?
Yeah.
Mhm.
It is a calculation.
Then can I just not put an else right here?
Yeah, we can.
Because if your answer is not add, else if it's not subtract, else if it's not multiply, and else if it's not divide, then we're just gonna yell at you.
So why
Right.
we are not doing it the last part in the first part? Why did you change it? Because we did this last part first. Then the you know. Did you get
Like this part first. Why didn't I do this first?
no, but why you didn't put last one to the first? Then it should be in the middle, then the last one.
Like right here.
Yes.
Why didn't I put else right here? Good question. I'll show you the difference. Okay. So suppose Loretta is asking.
No, I didn't ask that part.
Okay, but I want to show you.
Yeah.
So you're like, you got an if statement right here. You are already comparing right here. Okay? If I put the else right here, this would be actually a good thing for you to repeat, because this else is going to repeat as well. All right?
Yeah.
You could actually put one else here and say, sorry, let's try again. Okay? It's going to keep on saying that. You could say that. And I want you guys to play around with it and see where you put what and comes out where. If you don't spend the time, come on, because this is going to be your job. You're going to spend 8 hours doing this probably. So you might as well do this. So I could say, sorry, wrong answer. Try again.
Try again one more time.
Again, okay? So if I run this now,
Let's see what happens. First number.
Okay, here's rubbish answer. Sorry, wrong answer. Try again. And then
he didn't go 4 times or 5 times.
he's gonna go 4 times, 5 times. Here, again. Again, if I hit enter, it's gonna say, it's gonna check right here. Is it add? No. Is it subtract? No. Then else meaning if these two are not true, close your eyes and do this. Else means close your eyes. There is nothing else left. Okay? I already put these two conditions. If they're not these type of people, then they're nuts.
They're dealing.
Okay? So,
person.
all right. So if I hit enter now, again.
So he's gonna stop after 5
Again.
times.
Yeah. And 5 times. Sorry, wrong answer. One more maybe. Oh, that's it.
Yeah, he won't let you do that.
Okay. Sorry, wrong answer, but it's not telling me anything. It's not stopping me anywhere or saying time out. No more. Okay. I can't deal with you anymore. I need that message. Okay.
Okay.
So where am I gonna put that message? That message, you can put it anywhere outside the loop. When loop closes out, you already have a condition going right here. So you might want to just embed it right here. You could say else right here, ELSE, meaning you did not fall under this category. I didn't do the math for you, that's why. You didn't fall under this. You didn't fall under this. You didn't choose multiplication. You didn't choose divide. Then I know what you chose. You chose something ridiculous. If that's the case, then go ahead and type up a message right here. This out. No more tries left. Or what do you want to say?
Oh, put the right answer. I'll say.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Jesus.
So the goodbye.
Goodbye. Have
Okay.
fun.
All right. You want to try this now?
Honey, it's a goodbye, good luck.
All right. Let's run this. So we're going to try to break it. We're going to put in a number, hit another number, and we're going to put in something ridiculous. Sorry, wrong answer. Try again. Let me put another line in between so it looks nice. So real quickly, I would add a line right here.
Oh,
You have,
sorry.
okay. So fastest way, who can tell me with the least amount of code, I can add a line every time I ask where I say, sorry, wrong answer, try again.
You want what?
Fastest way to add a line after this with the least amount of code.
/n.
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I go in here, inside this text, inside the quotation, if I put a backward /n, that's going to give me a line after every time it says, sorry, wrong answer, try again.
So it's going to give you space.
It's going to give you a line break,
line break?
extra line.
Okay.
So if I run this now, all right, just to keep the code looking nice. So go in here, here's a number, here's another number, and I put in something wrong. It's going to say, sorry, wrong answer, try again. Give me an extra line, a blank line, and there's that enter any operation again. If I put in something again wrong, same thing. Something wrong again, same thing. Something wrong again, same thing. How many times we've done so far? 1,
4 times.
2, 3, 4, and here, one last time, it's gonna kick me out and say goodbye.
Wrong answer, try again, goodbye. You said everything. Sorry, wrong answer, try again, goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Any question?
No. It's a lot, by the way.
Is it a lot?
It's a lot of code.
Let's take a look at how much code is this.
The 10 page.
How many lines of technical code? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. About 26 lines.
Yes.
Shobuz Haley, any question?
No, I think it cleared up a lot.
You see that I only used like one if statement here, which I went over in the class, one loop right here, and one nested if statement inside the loop statement.
So if works. If statement, yeah.
You have to use these words like your English
No,
word.
it's like a for if, yeah, we are talking about.
You have to understand this, that Java will let you do this logic just like you're talking English. And you have to apply it the way you want to. As long as the syntax is correct, it works. Okay? And you have to be able to apply one inside another. I can have another if statement right here, deep inside. I can have another for loop deep down inside. Okay? As many times as you need to, depending on your situation. All right? You keep adding these features to your program as you see fit. You notice that I didn't even start with the loop first. You notice that I started this first.
Yeah, that's the thing why it is in the last. It should be app. Yeah.
That's because I wanted to ornament it.
Oh.
I can get away with this work right here. I don't need this for loop, but the question asked me to go ahead and add that feature. That's why I came back up here and added that for to keep rotating it 5 times. Okay?
Yes.
I want you to take it slow first, then you come back and you'd add stuff to it, Okay? Nobody can design it right on the get-go. I won't be able to design this and know I have to put 4 right here. That will be me memorizing it. I don't want to memorize it. I want to create a simple program first, then I'm going to make it fancy, just like you saw Shobuz. He got to where he needed to go to, but he just needs to add a failure message. He's like, let me do the basic first. Well, if I can succeed with that, then I'm going to make it fancy by asking 5 times. If I succeed with that, then I'm going to make it fancy to give a failure message that you already tried 5 times. Goodbye. Question?
Mm-mm.
All right. I will post this code right here on that class notes right here. So if you go here, you're going to see shortly in about 15 minutes, way down here where it says code snippet, right after the code snippet, there will be another one called homework solution.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be there. But please do not copy. You're not doing any help to yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And I want you to try differently.
Different, yeah.
I want you to try switch. Use the switch if you can. Okay. And look, this is my logic. and it not be the best logical approach that I did. Your logical approach could be different. And that doesn't mean it's not going to work. You might get stuck halfway, but if you knew Java, it would still work. I will make it work. Okay. So if you have an unfinished approach, I'm willing to look at that, and I'm willing to finish it for you and show you where you got stuck. So feel free to ask me for that. Now, if you approached and you got far and you finished it, excellent. Um, if you get stuck, you can still ask me questions Sunday morning. I might spend 30 minutes on just those questions real
I have
quick.
one more question.
Yes.
For this test, you have to choose two numbers
Mhm.
and ask for 4 times
Mhm.
because this is what you wanted. Yes.
Right.
And if it doesn't give me that, and I have to give another message like stop, goodbye, or whatever.
Yeah.
This is only things you wanted to see the code is working on it.
Right. And then also you're adding and subtracting and displaying
Yeah, those.
the calculation.
Yeah. Okay.
This is it.
Okay. This is the only fact I was confused. How many things I have to do it?
No.
Maybe I have to do only multiplication or add. I was thinking maybe only I have to choose one, not 4. Like asking.
No, that's it.
Yeah, so I have to do 4 of those.
Yes.
Okay.
4 operations and everything.
Yeah.
Kind of this homework is putting everything you learned so far together. If you can do this, practice this, it's gonna be great. That means you're caught up, guys. And if on the first try you can't do it, you come back. Worst case, I want you to do line by line what I did. Okay?
But
And
we
I'll-
have to do the last part first. Am I right?
Yes.
That's the thing. That's why I was asking why you didn't put it in the first. Sound like if Desmond comes, he's gonna be confused with your for and for. Otherwise, it's a E first.
Right.
So that's the part.
You have to watch the video and know this. If somebody just wants to look at the code, it's gonna be difficult at your level to read this code and make sense of it.
Yeah, that's what I was asking because you put the first part in the last and the last part in the middle. Kind of like that now.
Yes.
Because we have to do the multiplication.
If I did it from the first,
Yeah.
that would also be fine, but I would probably lose you faster.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I mean, it kind of makes sense to like go back. I feel like the way that you did it because it like strings it all together.
yeah. So that was the reason. Now,
No, that's
again,
fine, yeah.
if you can come up with another approach and this is the one you want to follow, that's fine with me too. What you want to do is have my code side by side, but you try to see if you can do it yourself.
Hmm.
And if you get stuck, go peek into the code and try again. Go add that extra line, okay?
But,
And
yeah.
try again. And then still submit this time. In a couple of weeks later, if I were you, I would try to do this without looking.
I have one more question.
I would try to program the code again without looking and see if I got this. You need to get very comfortable with this syntaxes and this logical structures and writing because they're 5% of your interviews they will ask you to write some code.
These?
Yes.
Yeah, I have one more
Yes.
question. Like operation dot equals ignore case. Can I, if I don't put the ignore case,
Mhm.
I know the spelling right
Mhm.
because it's kind of sometimes a too much thing, put
Yeah.
it in my mind. So can I ignore that part?
You can ignore this part if you know the answer is coming out as
Yeah.
exactly the way you have it.
Okay.
But if you were a real programmer,
Mhm.
you should use equals ignore case because you want to make your program foolproof. Okay? If you type this equal ignore case and you submit the code in your interview,
Mhm.
they like you better.
But did you know when we did the class last time?
Yes.
Ignore case?
Yes. I think you missed some
Yeah,
part. You
that's
stepped
why I
out.
was not sure. Like, why this? We did the class before,
Yeah.
So yeah, I missed it. With
You
the
may have missed some.
customer, yeah. Okay.
Anything else?
I just know the last class video, how I can watch that without downloading.
It's still processing, right?
Okay.
So when,
Like,
when you go in here, I think it shows download.
yeah, you need to download that, right? Without, so I cannot watch it directly.
Oh, looks like it's been down progress. Can you check now?
Okay, let me see. Just
Oh no.
No, you have to
fine.
download, and he's gonna say download anyway.
Yeah.
When I tried.
Okay.
yeah, the option is that I cannot have to fast forward. I cannot do the fast forward with that. Like,
I suppose that if I download, I can't do.
Fast forward.
I can do like go faster, skip it, but
yeah, you
what
need to get
happen is,
I wanted the option for the 2 times or 3 times
Oh, he's like a
on
correct.
YouTube.
Correct. That feature doesn't work, and Google is taking a lot of time for compressing it,
Yeah.
and that's why it's not happening. So, do you rather want it in YouTube?
Yeah, you can do. You can private it, right? Share it only with with your students. Make the video private, and if you want on YouTube.
Yeah,
So YouTube, you can
Yeah.
do that? I thought it's like a.
there's a way to do that.
Oh,
Let me do that, okay?
okay.
And actually, I don't mind sharing these videos with anybody else either, because these are just genuine. What I'm teaching is me. So I'm not copying from anybody. W3 School is for everybody to use anyway. So,
Right.
okay, I will have a YouTube version.
You can do it private. So if you I think there's options to share it only with a few people. You can email, then they can watch it. Otherwise, they cannot.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do it because you know that Enrico.
Yeah, it might take me some time today to get that.
Fine.
Video takes about 3-4 hours.
I already downloaded it, so but I just I have to. I'm lazy. That's why.
Fast. Flop, I think.
Yeah, what you want to do is you want to go to the video and open it up. There's a 30-second shortcut right here. Let's say this one.
Yeah, 30 seconds.
So you can do this 30-second fast forward, and then you can also pull this bar to the right.
Oh, we can do that?
Yes.
Oh, okay. No.
And you can just like, oh, I already know this part. Let me go right here and then start right here.
Left corner, go to properties.
Okay, understand? So do that, Shobuz. I'll think about adding next videos into YouTube going forward.
And we are doing the class on Sunday. This Sunday.
Yes.
I may not join, but I'll try. I have some issue.
Sure, no problem. But video will be there, so you can watch that too.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Helly, any questions?
No, I'm good. Thank you so much.
All right, great. Thanks. Have a good night, y'all.
You too. Bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.